Hey everybody, welcome back to the Weekly Wheel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. As always, I'm your host Cole. On this week's show, we have a new Horizon Zero Dawn board game, a new trailer for a massive fan project, and a look into potential future of gaming hardware. All this and more on this spin of the Weekly Wheel. First up, we have an interesting spin-off to one of last year's hottest games. During this year's Gen Con, it was announced that Steamforged Games is working with Sony to develop a board game based on Horizon Zero Dawn. The game will apparently try to recreate the feeling of the original game, and will be a co-op game where players go on progressively harder hunts to kill these awesome work-in-progress models, depicting some of the creatures from the game, with one player winning in the end. Horizon Zero Dawn launched with rave reviews in March of last year, so it's not surprising Sony's going to keep looking to cash in on this game. But this isn't the only game Steamforged Games has adapted with previous projects, including a Resident Evil 2 board game and this awesome looking Dark Souls board game with both equally detailed models. The board game is still in development, and Steamforged Games will be launching a Kickstarter later this year to help secure funding. Hopefully we get to hunt some robot monsters soon. For this week's game highlight, we have something a little unique. Check it out.
The rolling sea, moon over Miami, shine on as we begin a dream or two that may come true when the time comes in.
This place used to be paradise.
That was a bit of the trailer for Fallout Miami, a brand new DLC expansion-sized mod developed by fans for Bethesda's Fallout 4. In the trailer, we see what's left behind of Miami after the bombs dropped, with a narrator talking about how things have changed over the centuries. The scope of this mod looks massive, adding new areas, new weapons, and new fully voiced characters, all with an 80s neon aesthetic, giving it a unique look compared to Fallout's usual retro-futuristic designs. Miami isn't the only example of Bethesda fans adding massive contents to their games. In the Fallout games alone, we have projects like Radiant Helix Media's Fallout New California, a massive fan-made prequel to the Obsidian Entertainment's Fallout New Vegas.
Impossible? Like you ain't? An out-of-shape little nerd turns into Captain Cosmos in a week? I've seen your handiwork scattered all over the wasteland. You'd make a fine weapon. Too bad you were born on the wrong side of some mutant line of genetic code. Unfortunately for you, that line just ran out at the receiving end of my rifle.
Unfortunately, due to the fan-made nature of the project, no release date has been given for Fallout Miami. But with Fallout 76 coming out this November, and New California launching a few weeks earlier in October, Fallout fans will have their hands full until Miami launches.
Just do yourself a favor. Don't go near that building. Something strange is going on. And I hate to say it, but this might be the beginning of something big.
This week, we got a look into a potential future of game streaming. Releasing early this year in California, the game streaming service Shadow announced that the service will be launching in 19 states this August, with nationwide coverage arriving this October. Shadow is another example of the game streaming service model where users use apps on their devices, ranging from PCs to phones, to stream games from a centralized server. The specifications of these servers come with a single-user high-end NVIDIA graphics card and 12 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and supporting a bunch of AAA games. We've covered the rise of game streaming services before, and it'll be interesting to see if they can jump over the hurdle of varying internet speed, which has been the bane of these kinds of streaming services in the past, but we'll have to see if Shadow can stick the landing. Speaking of landings, the new Humble Monthly package has just landed. Humble Monthly is a curated bundle of games sent to your inbox every month. Subscribe for just $12 a month to immediately unlock Sniper Elite 4, Tales of Berseria, and Staxel, with more to come. Build the ultimate game library. Every game is yours to keep, cancel anytime. A special link is in the description down below. Now, World of Warcraft players are having an interesting reaction to the game's upcoming expansion. It all started on Tuesday when Blizzard dropped a new animated short for the game's Battle for Azeroth expansion, revealing that culprit behind razing the Night Elf stronghold of Teldrassil was none other than the Horde war chief Sylvanas Windrunner. This revelation caused the honorable Horde players to go into a turmoil and start a revolution against Sylvanas by removing their shoulder armor as a sign of solidarity to one of the Horde's most loyal warriors, Varric Sarfang. This action shows the dedication fans have towards the stories and characters Blizzard has crafted over the last 14 years, and it'll be interesting if Blizzard works us into the story somehow. We'll just have to wait until the expansion launches on the 14th. Well, that ends this spin of the Weekly Wheel. As always, if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us online for new updates. If there's something you'd like to see on the show, leave a comment down below, and let us know what you thought of this week's stories. See you guys next time. That was fantastic.
I'm using that one. I don't care.
That was fantastic. Oh my god. Oh, I hope I'm not tearing up from that.